Should we wait until we're older, until we slow down and really think about our life choices, the person we want to be, apologizing for past mistakes, learning from past mistakes, or developing our spiritual life? I certainly don't think so, because I want to share with you my story of how I feel I am on my way to becoming a fully liberated, fully enlightened human being through Vipassana meditation. It is the missing link that proves that truth can be found in each and every one of us when we do the work, and it has nothing to do with programmed religion, with crazy activities. It has nothing to do with money or paying anything for it. It has to do with acknowledging the person in the mirror and then looking inside yourself to realize that we are our own worst enemies. Nobody upset you. You chose to be upset because one thing or another happened. One domino fell down somewhere, either in your day, either in your week, either in your past, either when you were in the womb. And that led you to these moments where you were not present. You just reacted. This, I feel, is the single most awful reason why we have so much war and so much divide, and why so many families are being torn apart. There is so much negativity, and not only negativity, there's lots of good as well. And I want to share that too, because I refuse to lose faith in humanity. I refuse to lose faith in the fact that my family can heal, and the people who are so lost and depressed in my family will hopefully hear my message, hear my heart, whether it's through my own mouth or through the mouth of somebody else, because this knowledge is spreading, to know that we don't have to be the source of our own misery or cause the misery and sadness and suffering of others through our actions, through the words, through our actions, through anything that we do, our intentions. The story of how I became aware of Vipassana, from what I believe truly now, comes from my past lives. But in this life, I was hungover as all heck when I was 24 years old, passed out on my friend's couch in Atlanta, Georgia, and all I heard about 15 feet away was her younger brother, maybe 20 at the time, 21, 22. Two words: meditation retreat. I walk into the kitchen, I say, "Hey, what are you guys talking about?" I grew up knowing a little bit about some Chinese heritage that I have from my great grandfather from Hong Kong. And I've always wanted to learn more about meditation, just for the simple act of sitting peacefully. And what happens when you meditate? What is it? And what I learned when I read the guidelines and went and drove 5 hours to the course, not the retreat, the course, and knew that it was about like the experience of a monk or a nun. I know in my history, I've always been called to get into youth ministry. When I was 17, a voice in my head said, "You should be a nun." And that's it. I never looked back into it. I never looked more into it. I just continued on with my 17-year-old life. And here I am 15 years later in my calling. I know that I went away for 10 days, and 4 days I learned Anapana meditation, and I learned to focus my crazy monkey mind, my endless thoughts. I learned to focus that and calm that. And then on day 4, I learned Vipassana meditation, and I learned to scan my body, and I learned that it will stir up everything as it should, because we tie up our own knots, whether we know it or not. We tie up our own knots. We create these cobwebs. We have cobwebs and we create new ones. but our brain makes a new neuron every second. We have all the capacity and ability and power within us to change the course of our lives, but we have to do the work. Absolutely no guru, no priest, no pastor, no pope, no mother, no father, no sister, no brother, no lover, no spouse, no child can do it for you. You have to make the choice for yourself. And all you're doing is making the choice to learn and to stir that stuff up so you can clear it out. And I have done that. And I'm continuing to do that because the misconception with Buddhist words and learnings and teachings that inform Vipassana meditation are that Buddhism, and this is not Buddhism, people from all walks of life practice Vipassana meditation. But what Buddhism teaches is detachment. And some people think that's a bad word. And some people that think that makes you into a cold, heartless, unfeeling, uncaring. And it couldn't be farther from the truth. There's nothing in your life that would be a light switch that once it's switched on, it will never slowly switch back closer to switching back, possibly switch back. You can change something in your life forever, but that doesn't mean that the memory, the thought, the stamp, the scar of the old you isn't there. And I say that to say with detachment, it's about releasing yourself from the negativities, releasing yourself from the bad choices that you make. I understand now it's only my responsibility to be accountable and acknowledge and be truthful with the fact that I have made so many mistakes and mistakes I didn't even know I was making. Because we make excuses for ourselves, for others, for the things we do. We say, oh, I love them, so I'm going to stay with them, even though they're toxic, even though we're bad together. I'm going to keep hoping and praying and wallowing in blind faith and never using all my tools, all my senses, all the things that God, whoever God is to you, even if you don't believe in God, the universe, the energetic energy that is real, that is scientifically proven, that is here in our hands, in our hearts, in our minds, in our bodies. We are water. We are electricity. We are subatomic particles. And so is everything else in the world. So are our thoughts. So are our actions. So are our decisions, our choices. These things that you can't even hold on to with your hands are real. They do affect ourselves and the world. And it is imperative that we learn now so that we can start to clear all the knots in ourselves and spread that knowledge to the world so that other people can start waking up out of their own ignorance. Moha. Every single second is a moment that's gone now. That moment's gone now. That moment's gone now. That moment's gone now. The greatest thing that I learned on day 7, what I learned was to be present. And I learned that my calling in life is to be a channel, to be a voice, to be a beacon. My name is Nicola. To learn more about me, visit nicolaknows.org, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you, mean it.